Everybody's dirty old patch. I thought I would get in on Luke's knife point of view open tag about the pointiest and the sharpest knife. So I went through. It's not easy to pick the sharpest and pointiest knife, but I went through a bunch of knives, and I've come up with. I thought this one was going to be my pointiest one. It's got a pretty good point on it, but I believe that this point is just pointier. I mean, it digs right into anything you touch it to. And this is a K-bar. That little point right there is pretty pointy. But then you get a buck. This buck right here, it's got a serious point on it. That is a real point. I mean, I went through a lot of knives, and this one is in the top of my sharpest knives. I mean, let me see if I can find a spot here. Look at that. That thing is, it's hard to beat a buck as far as a sharp. And this knife I haven't never stropped it or nothing, and I've opened a lot of packages with it. A buck, it's almost the factory edge. As long as you keep the factory edge, it's almost impossible to beat a buck as far as sharpness. And that one's got a good point. And this one, let me see. This is the one you can open like that. This is a brand new factory edge. Look at that. It's just razor sharp. The bucks are, whoever puts the edges on them, extremely sharp. And I thought this one might be the sharpest one because I know it's got look at how this blade is. That blade taper, it's a hollow grind, but it comes down to a super good edge. But I swear that buck is sharper. This is real good and sharp, but that buck, this buck is razor sharp. So is this one, but this one's a little bit been used quite a bit. This one's pretty sharp though, and I figured I would try this one. Can't go wrong with one of these. This is like maybe a $20 knife. It's sharp, and I've had this knife for 15 years, and I've never sharpened it or stropped it or anything. I haven't used it that much though, but that one's pretty sharp. But I'm still gonna say this is my sharpest one so far. But I wanted to show you guys something. This right here buck is old. Let me see how old this buck is. Look, this is an inverted. This is like a 62 to 67 buck. I don't believe this buck has ever been sharpened. Do I have any hair left on my arm? We're gonna have to go. Let's go right here. Look at that. I'm not lying. This is my sharpest knife. I've had this knife for a long time, and I remember the first time I picked it up, it was like, Jesus, that is one sharp knife. This is definitely my sharpest knife that I have. I don't know why it's so sharp. It's an old knife. I've never done anything to it. I think it's brand new. The sheath looks like it's hardly ever been opened or anything. But it is a razor blade. It's a buck 103, like a 62 to 67, or maybe a 67 to 72 or something like that. It's one of the early ones. So that one is one of my sharpest. And then I was gonna say, this might have, look at that point. It's got a pretty good point on it right there. This is a World War II British knife right here. And here's how you tell. See how they got that number 4 right there? That's really the only way you can tell. And it should have, let me see if I can find the crow's foot on it somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. It's probably on this side. Let's see. Oh, I'm not really sure where it is on there. Oh, it says England right there. Maybe the crow's foot's down here somewhere. I'm not really sure where it is. I don't remember. But this had a pretty good point on it. This is like a late war one. And I thought that one was going to be my pointiest fixed blade, but it turned out that it's not. This is definitely the pointiest fixed blade I got. This is an Ontario from, I think it even has the date on it. An SP393. It's a 1993. Look at that point. That is a serious point right there. Let me try to get this. Look at that point. Look at that. That's from the point. Dude, I'm gonna look all butchered up. But that thing is slicing with the point. I'm telling you, this thing is ridiculous. It's pretty sharp too. But let's check it and see if I got any hair left. It's not razor sharp, but it's got that point. That's my pointiest. That's definitely my pointiest knife of all of them. This is the pointiest thing. And then the reason this one's the pointiest is the way that this tip, it ends right there. It's sharpened right up past it. I mean, I'm telling you, that thing, I'm not sure though. I'm not sure which one's more pointier. This one's the same way. But anyways, Luke, this is a fun tag. Thanks for helping me shave my arm. So I hope you guys enjoyed looking at these pointy, sharp, pokey things that I have. So this is the Ontario, definitely a pokey knife. It's kind of like a, it's like a modern version of a V42 thumbprint knife, but this is like an M3 blade, but it's super pointy. Made by Ontario, Spec Plus. It's got this sheath. So that's the pointiest. And the old buck here is definitely the sharpest. You want to see the old buck one more time? That's a Skinner. And it's sharp all the way out to the end. It's just ridiculous how sharp this knife is. This knife is just ridiculous. It does not even look like a sharp knife. But let me tell you what, that thing is a razor blade. And I always knew it. I've had it for a long time. And I've always thought, man, that is one sharp knife. Look at that. Did you see that pieces of leather falling out? It's because that edge is so sharp when it goes down in there. That's why I don't want to take it out of there too much. Buck. That's what's going to be your sharpest knife, I bet you. If you look through all your knives, that name right there is a sharp knife. Thanks for watching. Dirty Old Patch. What does he call it? Straight to the point. Thanks for watching.